Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So I hope everybody's having a good day. First off, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. If you got any questions or comments, you can leave them below or foxjunk73@gmail.com. So if you watch my videos on Project Field Snake, you know it's painted now. Had one gigantic ass run in the driver's side quarter. So this rest of this week, I've been spending time doing paint correction. And by that I mean I cut and buff the car. So those aren't familiar with, you see people taking new cars, do paint corrections. Paint correction on a new car versus paint correction on something that you painted in your garage or a body shop's painted is way different. These newer cars, the coating on them is normally a little bit slicker than they used to be back in the day. So you get people that, do ceramic coat, then PPF and all that other stuff. When I paint a car, I get quite a bit more orange peel. I get some trash in it that I need to, what people call them dirt nibs or whatever you want to call them. So paint correction for me is a little bit different. When I do one, if you watch my past videos, I've covered it in the past. Project Big Red, Calypso Coupe. Did a white 89 or 88 Celine that I found in the field that I did some paint corrections on the original paint. This car that I just painted, Project Field Snake, turned out really well in this shop that I have here. Did have some trash in it, that big ass run that I had to take care of. So I start out with this one. I started out with 1500. If you've got some major orange peel in a car, you start out with 1000, then 1500, 2500, and then 3M makes a 3000 foam pad. It's just like I got one over here. I'll show you. These aren't 3M. I couldn't find them, but it's a different brand. It's the same thing. They have a 3000 foam pad and then 5000. I found that works really well. My wife bought me a new orbital buffer. I got a little red coupe Project Phoenix that I tried it out on the first time. Wasn't sure how to use it. My son's always been giving me shit. I've got an old school buffer that I've been using with a wool pad and foam pad for a long time, and I finally gave in, used it on Project Field Snake, and I'll tell you, I was really happy with how it worked. The difference between a wool pad and these new foam pads that I found, the foam pads actually kind of work kind of like sandpaper in a way. I see these guys on YouTube. I watch their videos that say they final cut with like 1500. I'm like, how in the hell are they cutting with 1500? And then when I started using these foam pads, I seen how they do that. When you wet sand, sometimes you'll get some trash in the paper or trash in the water or your rag that you're using to keep it wet, and sometimes it'll leave a deeper scratch in it. Well, there's a couple spots in Field Snake that were like that, but due to these foam pads having a little bit of texture to them, it actually cut that sand scratch out. So I see that you could cut it down to maybe even 1500 with a foam pad, or try that. So sometimes, us old guys are set in our ways. We don't like change. We don't want to try new stuff. But I'm giving in a little bit and trying new things, and this I'm glad I finally did. It worked out really well. If you guys watched my son's video on that LX he did, he's into paint corrections and polishing and all this other newfangled stuff that us old farts, we just haven't tried yet. So I finally gave in. I used the orbital, and that's all I used. I didn't use my old school wool pad, and I'll show you what I'm talking about for those old guys that watch. You know what I'm talking about. Just an old school buffer, not an orbital. So I'll show you. The wife bought me this kit. Heck, I think she got it for me for last Christmas, to be honest, and I haven't used it yet. Yeah, shame on me. I know, I got it. Show you what she bought me, what I used, and the difference in what I think is better in the foam pad and stuff like that. So let's check it out. So this is the orbital buffer she bought me. Can't really see. This one is it's called the Bigfoot. It's a 21. Works really well. The brand name is, what's it called? Roops. Not sponsored, but it works really good. If that's your company and you want to send me some products, that'd be awesome. So this is the compound I use right here. The pads match. So you got yellow and blue, and the pads match the compound you use. So this is the cutting pad with the cutting compound, and this one's wore out. So I will tell you, if you're using this kind of pad, have plenty of pads, because I won't say I went through a lot of pads. I only used 2 for the whole car. And this is the polishing pad. So I did the cutting pad, then polish on the orbital. And let me tell you what, it's sitting out there. I'll show you guys the car. It looks super, super, super nice. Also with that, they send a white and a yellow wool pad. I haven't tried those yet. I'll probably get to them. Now to my old school shit. This was the old ways. The old school buffer with wool pad, and then I would put a foam pad on after that. But these things, they leave wool all over your shop. They make a crazy ass mess. And with the foam, just way cleaner. So like I said, you can do 15 or 1,000 grit, 15 and 25. These are the foam pads I was talking about. This is the 3,000 grit. That's the 5,000. These were Sure Built. They worked okay. I like the 3M better. These seem a little coarser than what they say, but it still worked super well. So I took it all the way down to 5,000. These are the bags for the foam pads with the, that's what they come in. So that was a kit the wife bought me. She bought that last Christmas. Again, us old farts stuck in our ways. We don't like change. Once I got that done, I used some Carnauba wax. I waxed the car, let it sit overnight, and then the next morning I hit it with some quick detail on some really nice rags that I get from, let's see, who makes these? I get them from Costco, and they work amazing. So I guess everything at Costco is Kirkland, but I buy these at Costco. They're like 16 bucks, and there's a ton of rags in there, 36, and they're humongous. Like I said, that's how big they are. They cover a whole lawn chair. Big rags. So I know y'all are anxious to see the car. I'm not saying the car's perfect. I've never painted a perfect car. I've never seen a perfect car. I've never built a perfect car. I build it to the best of my ability and what I know how to do. And like I said, using this orbital buffer on this car, 0 swirl marks. And I can't wait to do another black one just to see. But I was hoping it was going to be sunny out today, but this is the best we got. It's super nice out, but no sun. So holding y'all up. Check this thing out. I think it turned out killer. I'm not done with putting the ground effects and the bumpers and all that stuff on the car. This is after paint, cut, buff, and polish. And I've only cleaned it one time, so you might see some compound here or there I haven't got off yet, but I got pretty much all of it done. So let's check it out. There y'all go. I think the car turned out amazing. I don't like to use that word. I'm gonna walk around it slow. Try not to hide anything from y'all. Like I said, the car is not perfect. Now this is the driver's side quarter. I'll try to get it. This is where Mega Run was at. I'll try to get it the best I can. So like I said, I triple coated that quarter, and it just fell. Bigger than shit. So I'm gonna walk around with the doors and stuff shut, and then I'll open them all up. I did paint the gas cap door. It's in the shop. So this is kind of what I'm talking about. When I double coated, it all ran all the way down, and the driver's side did the same thing. But this quarter didn't run for some reason. So I'm in a new shop, new environment. Getting used to stuff is just half the battle. I hadn't painted here in probably, I don't know, 30 something years. I went to vocational school in Davis County for auto paint and body. That's where I started. My dad always had shops. So the instructor there kicked me out of class first day because he knew my dad, and I was like, what am I supposed to do? He's like, figure it out. So I painted cars for my friends there for 2 years in school. Made a few bucks. An idea how straight the car is. Car's uber straight. Just a kind of attention to detail, you know, taping up the windows and getting all that stuff done right. Sorry about the noise, y'all. So that's the walk around with the door shut. I'm gonna open everything up, show you all the jams, engine bay, how clean everything turned out, and let me know what y'all think. All right, so got everything opened up. I'll flip it around. I'll walk over with the doors open. All right, so there's the engine bay. Now, if you see in here, you got a little overspray. This is factory correct. If you're doing one back factory OEM spec, they paint the engine bay a different color, then they shut the hood. If you see any low mileage 93 Cobras, you're gonna get the dark red with some orangey red overspray on the fender edges. Now, I've got all new VIN stickers and everything coming for the car. Same way, little red orange overspray, just right in here. You can barely see it. Right in here, be like two different colors. Now sometimes I'll clear coat that just to protect it. I still got to paint the hood hinge bolts. Those got to be done. Haven't done those yet. Door jambs. Like I said, these doors were painted off the car the first time and then bolted on, so everything inside the door, the bottoms of the doors have been repainted, resealed. Everything was painted with everything out. Door locks, the screws, the way they should be done. Have new tire decal coming. Rockers and all that done. Door jambs, gaps, super clean. Everything's cleaned up. A little tire shine on them old Goodyears. Somebody said something about them. So I think these are 2004 date codes. They come off an 04 GT. They were brand new takeoff wheels and tires I bought. I took the tires off, put them on these. These are almost NOS Cobra wheels. I think they had like 1,000 miles on them when the guy took them off the car. So here's the hatch jam. Everything is apart, still ready to go back together. Now this was painted with the window out, so I replaced all this right here. This black brother strip right here. I finally found a source for this. If you guys are doing these cars and you're looking for that, I finally found a source that has this. Up in here, everything looking the way it should from the factory. Got everything up in here clean. No overspray on the power plugs. Everything cleaned up. Got the jam and the sunroof all cleaned up, looking spiffy. Driver's side, door jam, all cleaned up after buffing. On the door. Door jam over here. These are NOS strikers. Again, quarter turned out amazing. Just, man. Now the rear bumper reinforcement has to come off. I'm gonna have that blasted and I'll paint it. It looks like ass. Of course, that's what the whole car looked like when I bought it. And now she's coming a long way. That's how doors ought to shut, just like that. So, this is probably the last video for this year. Hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. You guys have a good New Year. Everybody stay safe. What do they say? Don't drink and drive. You're more fun alive. I don't do stuff like that, so you guys just be careful. Again, I want to thank you guys for watching this year, subscribing. We're a little over 5,000 subscribers. I know that's not a lot, but for all the better my videos are, my editing skills are, I think we're doing okay. I try to help you guys out with Fox content. I try to answer messages and emails, and I try to do all that. If I missed you on a message or email or something like that, hit me up again. Those of you that I've responded to, you know I always try to respond when I can. I'm more than happy to help. If you got any questions, like I said, foxjunk73@gmail.com, or you can leave them below. Again, have a happy new year, and really thanks for watching, and thanks for subscribing. And I hope you enjoyed this video. More content to come on this car. The next steps: bumpers, ground effects, wing, window trim. I'm gonna do power window motors in it. I gotta do the channel runs. I've got an old video on that. If you want to watch channel runs, you know how to do that. I've got it down to a science. Again, I hope you like the car. You see anything I don't see, let me know. I think it looks great. Have a good day.